People, total sunshine on the scene once again, still here, okay, at the Martin Luther King Holiday in D.C. Parade and Peace Walk extravaganza. No, it's just a committee meeting, people. But I tell you, such an exciting time, such an exciting time. I'm sitting here with Keith Silver. He's one of the co-founders, well, actually one of the original founders of the Martin Luther King Peace Walk, because he was determined to make sure that there was a celebration of Martin Luther King on Martin Luther King Day consistently throughout the past several, and I mean several years, people. Now, we know that the Martin Luther King history, the historic celebration throughout the nation started several years ago, but in D.C. it started in 1977. Okay, and so every year since then, it's been this is our 37th year honoring Martin Luther King. And for us to have such a celebration in D.C., and it means so much to so many people, and you've been such a part of it, such an integral part of it for so many years. How does it make you feel, Keith?
Well, actually, this is a joyous occasion. But first and foremost, Ms. Holmes, I'd like to acknowledge your organization, Total Sunshine. The truth of the matter is, your organization, I'm not quite sure of the year, but you were founded on January 15th, Dr. Martin Luther King birthday, and with the premise that it brings smiles in every community. So I just want to thank you for all you've done for several decades. But regarding this year's Peace Walk, arguably, Martin Luther King Jr. was the single most important man with the single most important message in the second half of the 20th century. And we pause at this day and time just to do a tribute to a man that, quite frankly, was on the road, on the path that delivered us all. So we know his history and all like that. So this is a small way to say thank you to Dr. King.
Wow, awesome, awesome. Now, I'll tell you, I know it gets tiring because I'll tell you, Saturday after Saturday after Saturday, it's time to come together and talk about this and make sure we get everything right and make sure everything is in place. What do you do to bring some sunshine into your life when it gets to be a little too much? I mean, what do you do when it's like, okay, well, I know I want this event to go over, I want it to be successful, I'm a little stressed out about it right now. What do you do? What sunshine can you spread to other people to kind of help them to stay motivated about Dr. King as well?
Well, we've been meeting since mid-September, but we've been meeting year after year. The joy comes from, as you've been a witness and you see the people gathered here today, we have organizations, particularly today, over 75 organizations. These are organizations that are committed to fulfilling the dream and vision of Dr. King in a real way. Many organizations here today, I like to say have a shoestring budget, but many of them have a no-string budget.
Amen.
But day after day after day, 24/7, 365. So it's the People's Day, not only to honor Dr. King, but somewhat spotlight these organizations that sometimes may be thrown under the bus or cast to the side. It's just, as you see, the energy in this room, it's power right here. It's no political agendas, no hidden agendas. And it's just, I encourage people to participate. I'm so happy we have so many young folk, clergy, fraternities, and all types of organizations participating.
Now, what can you say to someone who is on the fence, someone who's like, okay, well, I don't know if I'm going to go out there, I'm sort of thinking about it. What can you say to these people who might be considering, but they haven't made up their mind already? What would you say?
Well, it comes down to what got me motivated. It's not what Dick Gregory can do. It's not what Congressman Walter Fauntroy can do. It's what can you do? Everybody can do something. If everybody does a little bit, nobody has to do a lot. The bottom line, if you can start in your neighborhood or your community, if you're a pastor, if you're a church, if you just canvass 6 blocks of your church, it's churches all over this city. That would, nullify a lot of this crime in it. But I hate to say it, there's a lot of security in the stained glass windows of a church, and a lot of times the pastors don't get out of church. So it's on us. It's incumbent on us to spread goodwill and peace and love. The key word, operative word is peace, and the peace walk and this, that, and we've got to make Dr. King's a reality, a dream, a reality in our lifetime.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. People, now when we come down to it, talking about Martin Luther King and his legacy and just the things that we want to spread from his legacy, it's really serious stuff. And America is in such turmoil right now. And there's so many people that are angry right now that are just, looking for a cause. And, for those people, I personally, Ms. Total Sunshine, I personally will say, take the anger and the bitterness that you feel from when you start hearing about people like Eric Garner, and you think about Trayvon Martin, and you think about, just so many people that have been done wrong, that there's obviously been a wrong there. When you think about these types of people in these situations, I would say take that energy that you feel and take it back to your community and make a change. Because our people, we're demolishing our own race much faster than any other race is doing right now at this point. You know, let's shine the light on the thousands and thousands that we're killing off before we start to talk about, you know, not before, but maybe in Congress with talking about the things that are being done to us by other races. Do you agree?
I agree wholeheartedly. The question is people are rising up, and wherever they're assembled, whether they're in Berry Farms or Hillcrest Heights or Woodland Terrace, wherever they're assembled, the cry is always the same. We want to be free, and we want justice, and we want peace. So everything you said, I concur with 100%. Yeah.
Well, he's spreading total sunshine too, y'all. Hey, how about that? Well, you know what's going to come next. The people have spoken. You know how we do that. Okay. On three. We'll do it together. 1, 2, 3. The people have spoken on Total Sunshine. Thanks so much, Keith Silver, one of the main conveners of the MLK Peace Walk for so many years now, people, in D.C., making sure that this event is a success and it happens and that young people can see this as a beacon of hope in such times of despair. I love it. Total Sunshine, y'all. Oh, yes.
Thank you.